I watched pretty much every single one of Caitlin's games early on because I am a fan. I do like good basketball. And of course, I wanted to see how she would do.
We're plunging straight into a storm brewing inside the WNBA, a saga that has ignited reactions from fans, players, and analysts alike. Sue Bird, one of the league's most respected voices, has highlighted a serious problem striking the WNBA right in its credibility and leadership under Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. But what triggered this wave of discontent? At the heart of it is Caitlin Clark, the rising superstar whose record-breaking season has stirred controversy due to how the league has treated her, and it appears the issue traces all the way to the top.
I just don't. And it actually, we talked about this before, like the fan that went hard at Caitlin at the Connecticut Sun game in game 1 or 2, I can't remember, where there was an interaction where the fan almost got ejected. It's like, none of this is okay. And we never accept it. We never accept this on the men's side. Why is it okay in our league? Mm-hmm. Why is it, welcome to mainstream sports?
We'll dive into how Bird's revelations and the WNBA's leadership choices have revealed cracks in the league's foundation. Why was Clark, who helped skyrocket viewership and attendance, treated in a way that left fans outraged? And what role does Commissioner Engelbert play in all of this? Get ready, because we're about to unpack what this could mean for the future of the league. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
We do sit at this intersection of culture and sport and fashion and music. Like the WNBA players are really looked at now as kind of cultural icons.
True.
And when you have that, you have a lot of attention on you. There's no more apathy. Everybody cares. It is a little that Bird magic moment, if you recall, from 1979 when those two rookies came in from a big college rivalry.
Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's recent public remarks have grabbed attention and sparked heated debates among WNBA fans and analysts. Her appearance on CNBC's Power Lunch drew backlash after she highlighted that rivalry is key to boosting the sport's visibility. While the comment was meant to stress the importance of competition in sports, it came across as tone-deaf given the intense criticism players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have faced. The statement becomes even more striking when Engelbert mentioned it so specifically.
One white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another. It's a balance, but certainly from a marketing dollars, but corporate partners are stepping up to endorse these players much more so than they were 5 years ago.
The problem wasn't just the statement itself, but the deeper consequences behind it. Critics, including soccer legend Megan Rapinoe, highlighted that Engelbert's emphasis on rivalries over player safety and well-being was a serious misstep. Rapinoe called out the commissioner on her podcast with Subir, arguing that Engelbert failed to shield players from the toxic and racist rhetoric spreading online and in arenas. This criticism struck a chord with many who felt that league leadership prioritized marketing narratives over protecting its athletes.
We knew it was coming. This wasn't a surprise. And not just the comments that the commissioner made a few weeks ago, where she basically implied that the racial tension is good for business and invoking Magic and Bird. It's not good for business. It's never good for business. And sort of sidestep the question about racism and misogyny and hate that the players are receiving online, basically saying like, don't go on social media or, it's sort of not real.
Engelbert later issued an apology, stating she should have spoken directly and unequivocally about the harm caused by hate speech. While intended to make amends, the apology fell short for many players and fans who expected stronger, more decisive action. It underscored the growing gap between the league's leadership and its fundamental duties, protecting players and upholding integrity. This backlash didn't come out of nowhere. Analysts have pointed out that Engelbert's leadership often prioritizes marketable stories over meaningful policies. By focusing publicly on rivalries, she highlighted the lack of concrete steps addressing critical issues like player safety and respect, creating the impression that profits were valued over principles. In fact, this is what she recently said when asked about the referee problem.
Obviously, not every, they're humans, looking at technology. Basketball is a little more complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
The stakes for the WNBA have never been higher. With a player like Caitlin Clark driving record viewership and reigniting excitement among fans, Engelbert's approach threatens to undermine that momentum. Fans and players are questioning whether this style of leadership can truly last. Is the heavy focus on rivalries a distraction from tackling the issues that really matter? And how have these decisions impacted one of the league's most influential players? If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know your time is valuable, and we truly appreciate you watching. Now, let's get back to the action.
Coming out of college and going into the WNBA, we as WNBA players were having basketball conversations, and everybody just took it to another place where we were attacking them as people. And that's, again, where that petty and jealousy lives.
Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe's podcast episode A Touch More didn't hold back when addressing leadership within the WNBA. Bird, widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the sport's history, and Rapinoe, a strong advocate for equality and social justice, spoke about the troubling disconnect between league officials and the realities players are facing. Bird emphasized that Engelbert's remarks on CNBC about the value of rivalries completely missed the mark. She argued that the priority should have been protecting players and fans from toxic, racially driven attacks. According to Bird, the atmosphere had grown so hostile that players were starting to feel unsafe both online and during games, while fans were increasingly being unfairly stereotyped for actions that weren't theirs.
There is one thing I want to reset, that we want to reset, and it's the language being used around fans. Fever fans, Caitlin fans, new fans. That actually has to go. That has to go. I understand why at times it's been used. It's kind of just when you're in an interview and you get asked a question, it's kind of easy to go, oh, the fever fan base.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
fans.
That has to go.
Oh, these new fans. It has to go because it's not the fever fans. It's not Caitlin fans.
Rapinoe reinforced this point, saying the WNBA and league office failed to protect players from the darker side of the sport's sudden surge in popularity. Her criticism highlighted a deeper concern, that leadership's priorities may be out of alignment, placing greater emphasis on public relations than on meaningful action. The podcast also suggested that certain leadership choices intensified divisions among fans. Bird expressed particular concern about how these narratives, fueled by unchecked commentary and manufactured rivalries, began spilling over into real-world behavior. The discussion wasn't solely about pointing out problems, though. Bird and Rapinoe also pushed for concrete solutions. They urged the league to reevaluate its priorities, insisting that marketing efforts alone simply aren't enough.
From the WNBA's perspective, the WNBA and the league office and Kathy's role specifically is basically to protect and shepherd the league, both from a business perspective, from a player welfare perspective, from a health and safety perspective, and from a growth and investment perspective. And this is where I feel like she's...
As Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe examined the WNBA's leadership shortcomings, it became clear that players were carrying an unreasonable load, expected not only to perform at elite levels, but also to defend themselves against online and in-person hostility while helping grow the game. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season boosted ratings, attendance, and revenue, yet the league's muted response, inconsistent officiating, and ongoing player safety concerns raised serious questions about priorities and credibility. With criticism mounting over leadership decisions and missed opportunities, the WNBA now faces a pivotal moment: recommit to fairness, protection, and meaningful action, or risk losing the trust and momentum Clark's breakout year created.